Tommy Edom has quite the task ahead, because the segment we're playing now is surprisingly saucy.
Yes.
Right, it's the segment in which we take completely ordinary subject matter, and quite, you'd say quite bland subject matter, and we try and sauce it up a bit.
We try educate the listener while giving it some sex appeal.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I think all education should have. Maybe not. Disregard that.
And Tom,
Yep.
your subject is submarines.
Yeah.
Before you get going, I'll just say the text line is 0427 767 767. You might want to play along at home for this.
Yep.
Because it is educational, but it gets a little hot and steamy here in the Sin Studio.
Tom, tell us about submarines.
Well, submarines have been going down in the ocean for hundreds of years. Early subs can be dated back to the 1600s and were powered by only one man and looked like large floating balls. We now recognise the modern submarine as really big, long, and usually black. Unlike the first subs, modern submarines were made of steel or titanium, so they're always hard. In the 1600s, the wood could go limp. Not the case for the Russian Typhoon class. Those things are always hard. Subs look similar in shape to a cigar, or a carrot, or a zucchini, or a baseball bat, or a bottle of sauce, or an aerosol can, or a banana, or a whiteboard marker, or a finger. The long, streamlined body is needed to penetrate the deepest depths of the ocean. What's so funny about this? It's just a submarine. The submarine gets deeper into the ocean by sucking water into large chambers called ballast tanks, usually at the bow.
Hey, come on!
Usually at the bow or the stern. This basically means the vessel takes water in the rear and the front. When the submarine sucks water in, it descends. To surface, the submarine spits the water out and blows compressed air into the chambers. Oh, this show.
I never knew how dirty this was.
Submarines go into dangerous territory. That's why it's important for the vessel to be perfectly constructed. Let's face it, the submarine carries a lot of semen. To protect the semen, some submarines have a soft outer hull and a hard inner hull. This double protection is added safety to protect the valuable semen inside. You wouldn't want them bursting out into the water. Submarines employed for military use have to be incredibly stealthy and must make as little noise as possible. As such, subs are wrapped in rubber. This stops the sub from making noise whilst being pounded by the ocean current.
This is so vaguely PG. This is saucier than photosynthesis.
However, the engine and propeller still make some noise, and while nuclear power is the most powerful form of propulsion, it is quite loud. Interestingly, like other cigar-shaped apparatus, submarines can be powered by batteries. This is one of the quieter forms of propulsion, reducing noise and still keeping the sub buzzing into the ocean. Large crews are needed to operate the modern-day sub. Early submarines could only take a few men inside them at a time.
Jeez, this is skating on thin ice, big time.
Modern military subs can take over 80 men. In fact, military submarines would only ever take men, as women weren't allowed. In the mid-1980s, the progressive navies of European countries decided to experiment and allowed submarines to take men and women at the same time. Everyone had a great time, and now most navies allow subs to take men and women seamen. Submarines are used to perform many tasks such as exploration and reconnaissance. During wartime, they can be used to sneak into harbours or stalk enemy ships. If necessary, they will shoot a huge load of torpedoes and missiles to destroy other vessels. They can also spit out sea mines, often used to trap unsuspecting boats in a harbour. A poor old ship could be sailing along and then BAM! A mine blows up right in their face. So there you have it, the submarine. Well done. I hope we all learned something about submarines, everybody.
Oh, God. This is the most juvenile segment on all radio ever.
Yeah, I think.
Ever.
Like, the second week, I don't know why I thought it would get less juvenile, but it hasn't.
You thought we'd somehow raise the standards?
Yeah, no, we haven't.
I'm quite happy that we've managed to plumb the depths of maturity.